Sam, can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Perriman and just kind of the chemistry you guys have been able to build in such a short period of time and what kind of a receiver he is for a quarterback?
Yeah, he's been great so far. He just does all the little things right, which is all you ask for. He comes in, does everything he needs to do, gets his lift in, he's very good in meetings. He knows what he's doing on the field too, which obviously is the most important part. So he's been really good so far, and we're just looking for him to have a big year for us and contribute in a big way.
Sam, with regard, go ahead.
Was
Go ahead,
the
Rich.
first time that you met Perryman at the Florida get together down there, and if that's true, then everyone talks about his speed. Could you just talk about your initial exposure to that speed and throwing to that kind of speed?
Yeah, he's well, the first time we met, I actually called him. Right when I saw that we signed him, and then I was able to meet him in person in Florida. So yeah, he's a great dude. And then he's super explosive, very explosive athlete. Gets in and out of cuts, so big dude as well. So he's everything you want in a receiver. And again, we're just looking forward to having him this year.
Hey, Sam, if I could ask you a question about Quinn on the other side of the ball. You came in, obviously, similarly, very high draft pick. There's always a burden of expectation for guys, and you always would say, hey, listen, I'm my toughest critic and whatnot, but you know what the outside perceptions are and whatnot. Could you talk a little bit about what you saw out of Quinn last year? If there were any times where maybe you spoke to him, about the expectations or managing them or whatever, and what you see out of him this year, how different he looks this summer.
Yeah, Quinn's a great player, great personality off the field too. He's a funny man. It's just, Quinn, he's going to make plays. I mean, that's his thing, right? He's, like I said about Perriman, he's explosive. He's quick off the ball. Our O-line talks about how good he is. So, I mean, he's a really good player. He's always making plays in the backfield. For him, it's always just going to be doing the little things right, making sure he does his assignment every single play. And that goes for everyone on the team, really. But, that's the emphasis this year. And he's been doing a great job as far as I can see out in practice so far.
Thanks.
Sam, Adam said about you, everything's faster. He said, watching you, just everything looks faster. Can you feel that? And in what ways do you feel like everything's faster?
Yeah, I'm just feeling more comfortable. I mean, second year in the system, I feel more comfortable and everything. When I call a play, I see it already. So I'm worried about the defense, where at this time last year, I might have been worried about, okay, what way is the formation? What way is the play? Where am I going? So I feel like I'm definitely more worried about the defense more than I am more about like what we're doing. Because right when I say the play, I can already envision it and already know what we're doing. So it's a big difference from where I was at this point last year.
I think it was Connor McGovern, one of the linemen, did an interview with the team site and mentioned that you had spoken to the team maybe Friday, Saturday, somewhere in that area. Is that different for you? You feel more comfortable now kind of doing that in your third year? As you're only 23, but you're one of the guys who've been around here longest now.
Yeah, I definitely feel more comfortable. That's definitely not, my style, talking and, having a speech in front of the team. But no, I definitely feel more comfortable doing it. And I had some things to say. So I felt like it was the right time for me to speak up and say it. So, it was definitely something that I'm continuing to get better at. But, I just felt like the time was right. And so I decided to speak up.
Sam, I was wondering if you had any, any like words of wisdom for Quinn Williams last year as he was navigating the season as a high draft pick, and you had done the same. Like if you had any tips for him as a rookie last year.
No, I didn't really have any tips that would stand out. I think the biggest thing that guys were telling me, which he's really good at, is just making sure you're on the details of your work, making sure that you understand your assignment, because when you understand your assignment and you're confident in that, you understand, you already know what you're going to do on the field. You already believe in yourself as a player, and you're going to believe in yourself that much more if you're confident in knowing the system and knowing what to do assignment wise. So I was just telling him to be good on the details, but his room already tells him that all the time. Like Big Steve and them are on him about that, and he's doing a really good job so far.
Sam, you've obviously been without Denzel Mims for a few days in camp, which I can't imagine is a good thing for a rookie. What kind of things are you doing to help him on the side and to try to keep him as up to speed as possible?
Yeah, we're doing everything we can. I mean, just making sure that he's good with the playbook. That's really it so far. And right now it's his legs. So we're making sure that, he's catching balls, doing everything he can that way. But yeah, he's just in his book all the time and making sure he gets the stuff down.
What's it like having a 6'7", 370-pound man protecting your blind side?
Yeah, it's comforting. Being back there, and it's it's a good feeling when you have a lot of confidence in your line, and we're excited to have Big Beck, and I think he's going to be a very, very special player.
Is there a concern? I mean, you always had Beacham back there, and you knew Beacham was a veteran guy and he wouldn't make any mental mistakes. With a rookie, is there some concern that, maybe he blows an assignment? You don't see a guy coming, a free rusher?
Right. I mean, with Greg's defense, we've seen it all. We've been seeing a ton of blitzes these last couple of weeks. And so for him, he's been seeing everything, which is good. And he's been adapting really fast. He's a very quick learner. He's very good with the playbook and understanding scheme. So he's picking it up super, super fast, which I'm very happy about. And I know our whole line's really happy about, our whole team is. So, again, just really excited, to see how high the ceiling can be for this kid.
Sam,
what do you see out of –
Go ahead. Sam, what have you seen from Herndon so far, and have you guys kind of feel like you're back to where you were last summer when you were working together?
Yeah, Chris is making plays, man. He's making plays all over the field, and it's good to have him back.
Sam, what are you seeing out of Jeff Smith? Here's a guy who was a former quarterback. He's getting a lot of run with some injuries and all. What are you seeing from him?
Yeah, Jeff's great. I mean, he's got a great understanding of the offense, and he's explosive. He gets in and out of cuts really well. Obviously, he has some things to work on, but he's working on them every single day, day in and day out. So, he's been really good for us. And again, I think that's Jeff's a kid who can really have an impact for us this year as well.
Do you think him being a former quarterback helps him, with the offense kind of get some things down as far as converting to receiver?
For sure.
Something that you could do?
I feel like I'm a little biased, but yeah, I think being a quarterback and just having to understand where everyone is and where everyone's lined up, what routes everyone's running, and having to read things based on coverage, having that mindset definitely helps you out when you start moving to receiver, for sure.
Everybody good? Thank you, Sam.
All right, guys.